There we go. Well, good morning, everyone. I just want to introduce you to Tony Yun. He's from RBC, and he's going to talk to us today about what they can do for us and how he can help us out. And I'm sure you guys will answer some questions after, if you don't mind, Tony, if they have any.
Sure. Yeah.
But definitely. I'll just let you take the floor this morning. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming and speaking to our office this morning.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you for inviting me to your meeting. So as Christine mentioned, that I'll be talking about today is the self-employed program, self-employed equity program, and our rental program, which I think it's one of the better programs in the market. And those programs can help your clients get the mortgage that they need. So we'll start out with the self-employed equity program. This program is specifically designed for your clients that are self-employed. Now, what's good about this program is, like a lot of banks, when they hear self-employed, they kind of have that reservation. Oh, you don't have the income to qualify because you're self-employed, because most self-employed clients they don't report that income level, which could qualify you for the mortgage that they need. But with our program, whatever you record on your notice of assessment, line 150, we can use 3 times that income to qualify. So which means that just say if your client reports a $50,000 net income on line 150, we can multiply that by 3 times. So we can, on our application, we can use 150,000 to qualify. So if you look at today's numbers, 150, you can qualify maybe 5 times that income. So that's like 750, right, for the mortgage. So that will help your client qualify for the mortgage that they need. Okay. Now, with the self-employed equity program, the minimum down payment is 35% down. Now, obviously, you can put less, but then if you put less than that, you have to go through Genworth's program, self-employed Alt-A program, and you have to qualify through their policies, right? And so once you put less than 35% down and you have to go through their policy, then the Genworth's policy apply as opposed to our RBC policy. So with this program, you have to put 35% down in order for us to use what we call the stated income. Okay. Now, if your client, when we use 3 times the NOA income, doesn't qualify for the mortgage that they need, then the secondary source of income that we look at is their financial statements. So if they have good financials, good revenues, get good retained earnings, good profits, we can use the financials to back up the, or use that to qualify them for the mortgage that they need. Okay. So, I've been doing a lot of these clients that are self-employed, and I guess it's easier to qualify them through this way. Okay. Now, with the self-employed equity program, we can go up to 1.25 million as a mortgage. Okay, so hopefully that's high enough for your clients. But if you go beyond that 1.25, then it's an exception, and it's a little bit harder to get approved. But if the client is really strong, then there's always that exception that can be made. Okay. Any questions regarding that program? I mean, I think that's the main point of that self-employed equity program, where we use 3 times the NOA income. So we only ask the 3 times NOA, okay? Sorry, we just ask for the NOA. We don't even ask for any other documents, as long as they qualify for the 3 times the line 150.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah, Sarah, what's up? We have a question here, 2 of them. Sure. What's up?
Yeah.
How rigid is the 1.25 thing? Like, in case, let's say the house is 1.3, right?
Yeah.
Like, we use that as a negotiating thing, like, oh, my client can only qualify for 1.25, or can we just, could they qualify for?
I think Tony was saying it's an exception. They were saying how rigid is 1.25, like if they, will they accept 1.3 or anything?
Yeah, so anything above 1.25 as a mortgage is an exception. So then you have to show that they have the financial ability to carry the 1.3, right? So you may want to show like they have savings, additional savings. Their financials are very strong. So if you want 1.3, then even though the line 150, 3 times the line 150 may qualify for the 1.3, because it's an exception, then I would have to send additional documentation, maybe the financials, additional savings that they can show. Okay.
Instead of just the NOA
Yeah, and just as the NOA. Yeah.
Or a cosigner?
or a cosigner. Yeah, I guess a cosigner. A cosigner will always boost whatever you're getting, right? So, sorry, Bhaskar, you had a question?
Question being like a 50,000, like a multiple, like a 3 time, like a 2 time, 100,000. What? Like I don't understand.
He was saying, what does it mean 3 times? So you're saying 3 times whatever on their NOA is what they will
What
approve
we'll
for.
use on the application. So if they, on the line 150, if they report like 50,000,
Mhm.
we multiply that by 3 times. So it would be 150,000 that we put on the application
Okay, for their income.
for their income. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Good.
the pay stub, everything is the 50,000. So that's a.
He was saying they don't even need, they just need the NOA for this program.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I have a question.
Okay, yeah, Vanna, what's up?
Yeah, the funds for the 35%, can that coming from the self-employment, like how does it have to be coming from a saving?
Sorry,
Sure.
the funds from what?
For 35%, let's say someone buying for 1 million. So let's say they need minimum, what you said, 350,000 for this program for deposit.
So with the down payment, the 35% down,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
it has to come from their own savings.
Okay.
Because under this self-employed program, we're using stated income.
Mhm.
We have to show that they have the ability to save money through their business, right? So it
Mhm.
has to come from their own sources.
Mhm.
Now, I had cases where that if they have the down payment or they have funds in the business account, I was
Mhm.
able to use that as a down payment. That depends on your client whether they want to take that money out of the business account. Because once they take it out of the business account, it would be considered like income on their personal tax, right? So it'll
True.
be
Yeah,
there's
that's
some
true.
consequences.
Because,
Yeah.
or like dividend, right? They take
Yeah.
dividends. That's what I'm saying. So it's if they take it as a dividend, you guys still accept it.
You mean the funds from the business account, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's right. We can use that as part of the down payment. If they don't have that sufficient down payment in their own personal savings, then we can use the funds from their business account to show that they have the down payment from the business account.
Now the example you gave us, $50,000. So you said 150. You can put that as an income.
Yes.
How much is it going to qualify for somebody like buying a house for 35% down payment? And let's say example you gave us is 50,000, so 150. You're going to multiply by 350, right?
Yeah.
How much is going to qualify for that?
Well, no, probably like 5 times, right? So it'd be like 750.
Okay, so got
So
it. Yeah.
the ratios that we look at, okay, the TDS and GDS for self-employed stated income is 44 and 39. So you can't go over that. So if I use 150 as a stated income,
Yeah.
if they have like loans or car loans and whatever, right?
Yeah.
If that takes it over the 44%, then they will not approve it. They would have to bring it within the ratios of 44 and 39%.
Okay.
44 meaning TDS and 39 is a GDS.
And just a bit complicated question, but I mean, like, this is a scenario from a client. If they have existing property and if they have equity, and let's say, for example, that property is renting right now, and if they have existing income coming from rent, let's say probably $1,000 or something.
Yeah.
How you can contribute that? Like, let's say they're making 12,000 income after renting and expenses and all that from another property, right? It's an income property, but it's a 12,000 a year income. And with this program, how much they can additionally qualify apart from 750?
So
they bring another 12,000 a year.
well, okay, so that the 12,000 is, sorry, what did you say that was the rental income?
Yeah, rental income.
Okay. So
they have a cash flow every month, $1,000.
Positive cash flow of $12,000.
That's right. Yeah.
How much more can they qualify? Well, I would say just using that general rule, right? If you have 12,000 additional income, 5 times that, maybe an additional 60.
Okay.
Right, so if they have 150 stated income, that's 750 plus a 60, maybe 810.
Mhm.
Awesome. Okay, Javid, I see you have your hand up there. You got one more.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I just had a quick question. Tony just mentioned that, if you're going less than 35%, for example, if we are going 20% and we can use Genworth, so is there any substantial premium for that?
Yes, there is you know what? I don't know the exact premium for that Alt-A program because I haven't done any in the past or for a long time, because going through Genworth with the stated income program, they look at the profession of the client, right? And they have their general rules. Say if it's an IT person, they have like a list of income for each profession. So you cannot use 3 times like our policy, right? So they have like a general rule or a general guideline for each profession. So say for example, in IT, they would say the maximum they will use is 100,000, right? So you can only use 100,000 to qualify. So it makes it more difficult. Now, like I said, I haven't done used an Alt-A program for many years. So I can definitely let you know what the premium is, but I think it was like over 2%. Even if you put 80%, 20% down. But I can verify that premium with you at a later time, because I haven't done any, because most of the times when I've done the self-employed stated income is going through our policy where the client had 35% down, right? Because it's very difficult to qualify through the Genworth Alt-A program.
Okay, so sorry, what you're trying to say is that then this 3-time multiplication option on the NOA is not an option through less than 35%.
No, because
Okay.
because that's considered high ratio, and then we have to go through using their policies, right? And they look at the reasonable income of that profession. It's not like they're going to use 3 times like our policy.
Okay, so this option is only with 35%.
Only with 35% down.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yes, Sarah, what's up?
For the savings, do you have to show the source of income?
Do you have to show the source of where your savings are coming from?
Yes, and normally we ask for 90-day history.
90-day in your account. Okay.
But not further than that?
Not further than that?
No,
No.
like if we see 90-day history of the bank statements where there's no large deposits,
Mhm.
then that's good enough. But if there's like all of a sudden there's like a $50,000 deposit within that 90 days, then we would like to see where that came from.
Okay.
So it's better if there's no large deposits in the last 90 days.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
And then I hear that the government helped 50,000 or something for low income people or the first time buyer. They say
Is the government helping give 50,000 for low income or first time home buyer, you said?
first
Yeah.
time buyer is true or
Is it true that they're giving some kind of boost? Give someone
50,000, I haven't heard of that. Low income, no, I haven't heard that. No, that's a lot of money to give.
again, somebody told me that way. So for low income people, they help buy a house.
There was a program. I think you're talking about the program where they sort of match and then they help you buy, and then when you sell, you owe them a portion back. Yeah, that's a different program than this one. Yeah. Yeah.
But then with that program, the government takes some of the equity when you sell.
They take equity when you sell it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely have a very high interest rate.
I don't think it's a high interest rate. No, I don't think it was necessarily a high interest rate. The trick with that was whatever percentage they put in, they took that percentage of equity when you sold.
Whenever you sell, then you have to pay it back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're giving your profit away.
Well, a portion of your profit, but I mean, when you think about it, at the end of the day,
Half of
you
it
couldn't have
is
purchased a house to
non-tax,
begin
right?
with, so at least you're making some profit, right? So I think it was an okay program.
Yeah, but I haven't had any. I think I had one person that asked me that since it came out. Yeah.
You haven't done one since it came out?
No, I haven't done one yet. Yeah.
Sorry, Harry, what were you saying?
Hey, my client bought a property in garage and 5-bay garage,
Yeah,
Georgia. It's 1,200,000 worth of property.
yeah.
father and son,
Mhm.
they're going to be on the title now. The father is doing like an owner operator.
Yeah.
He works like a private
Mhm.
truck driving, so owner operator, and other one, son also working as a mechanics in Dixie auto mechanic. He just passed out the thing
Okay.
with the licensing.
Yeah.
Like a mechanical license, so that one is worth. So they have a money, they can find up like a down payment around up to 500,000.
Okay. For this mechanic shop you're talking about, or
Yeah.
for another project?
Big garage, yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. But that's like would be a commercial, right?
But it's currently that one no rental or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can always find a renter. That's good.
They change the zoning and everything. What about thing? What do you think about?
The changes, and I'd have to see the
They
MLS
changed the
online and
zoning
see.
from the father,
Yeah.
grandfather zoning to
Mhm.
commercial now.
Yeah.
Because
Do you
that
do
side
commercial
now-
at all, Tony?
No, I would have to refer that to my partner.
Yeah, most of these guys, when they usually keep it like pretty separate, the commercial guys, whatever, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I have like a tons of like.
I have some commercial connections as well, if you're looking for sure. All right,
Yeah.
Tony, did you have some more to explain to us?
Yeah, I just want to make, under this program is is to purchase their primary home, not investments.
Okay,
Okay.
so they
Just wanna
won't do a
make that clear.
secondary property.
Well, well, you can, but then if you say that you're buying it for investment, then we can't do it under this program.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
awesome. You have to say that you're residing in the property. It's your primary
Yes,
residence.
definitely. Yeah, you can say that, like, if you already have one property and if you want to buy another one, we have to say the second one to qualify you under that program. We have to say that it is for personal use, and then we can use the second one as an investment. Then that way we can use market rent for the second one.
Okay,
Okay.
And RRSP, how long I got put it 1 year before or 3 months before it's okay?
RRSP, how long does it have to be in before you can use it? 3 months or a year?
3 months, yeah. 3 months.
3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
Before they said this was the 1 year, that's why.
Yeah, he said before they were saying 1 year. I guess have they reduced that, or was it never 1 year, or?
I always know that it's for 90 days, right?
Sorry, I have one more question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Beside this 35%, you said the stated income. So if somebody else is self-employed and they are putting 20% down payment, so obviously you need to have his notice of assessment to fully qualify the line 150, right? So is there any exception on that product as well, or no?
No, if you put 20% down, it has to go through the Genworth Alt-A program. So there's no, we cannot use the 3 times that NOA income.
No, I'm talking about fully qualified income.
Oh, fully
On line
qualified
150,
income.
right?
Yeah,
So if the person is self-employed, so we are
Yes.
using his full income. For example, if he already has 200,000 income on line 150, right? So
Yeah.
is there any exception? For example, if to qualify, maybe he need $220,000 income, but he has only 200,000 income. So do you think?
oh
that
yeah, there's always
exception will be
exception, yeah,
granted or-
definitely. Yeah, I mean, like, as long as the ratios are not outrageous, right? We can always get an exception. As
So,
long as
but there is no number for that exception, 10%, 15%, 20%?
there's no numbers, as long as the ratios, when we work it out, just say if your client has 200,000 net income, but really we need 220 to qualify, right?
Yeah.
220 to qualify, meaning that the ratios are like 40 and 32. But if we need 220 and he only has 200, the ratios could be 43 or 44, right? The TDS. So as long as it's within like 45, head office would be comfortable doing the deal using the net income of 200.
Okay.
Okay. So as long as like the ratios are not too far off from 40%, because the general guideline is if we use qualified income has to be around 40 and 32. But nowadays is a lot of application that we see for even salary person. It may not be 40 and 32. It could be like 44 and 35, right? So as long as it's within 45% TDS, then head office most likely will approve the deal.
So only just fraction of flexibility.
Yeah, like a 5%, I guess above the guidelines. right?
Okay, sure.
It depends on how, I just want to say it depends on how strong your client is also, right? I mean, like a person that has 200 net income should have a lot of savings, financially strong. So the ratios could be even higher than that, right? Depending on the overall picture. But I'm just gonna, I'm just giving you a general guideline that they like to see around 45, just around 45 TDS.
Okay, thank you.
The client bought a property like a 1.5 million, the client can throw up like a 600,000 down payment. What kind of exception you think about? Their income is below 100,000, their family income. Because they brought the money from their refinancing the property. Their current property is worth 2 million. So they are refinancing and they bring it over here.
Okay. Did you hear that, Tony?
Part of it. So the refinance the existing property for the down payment to purchase a new house.
Yeah. So they have $100,000 family income, right?
Yep.
The property is 1.5 million, and they refied their house. And how much did they take out? Sorry,
600,000.
600,000.
So that would be like a $900,000 mortgage, plus a $600,000. So the total would be 1.5 million, then, right?
Yeah.
Because they refinanced their house and then they need a new one. Or 1.5. So
because in
generally,
rental income coming $5,000 from refinancing property.
They have rental income as well.
Yeah, no, they can do that. At the same house, they want to, when they move it, they can rent the property.
Oh,
$5,000.
when they move to the new property, they can rent their house for about 5,000 because it's a $2 million property.
Yeah. I would say the ratio will be very tight. If you want, let me just do a quick calculation for you. So $100,000 income. And what the rental income is about 5,000, did they say?
No, 5,000 if, yeah, up there.
So 5,000 income, so 60,000 per year, and 600. Yeah, I mean, the ratios, looking at that, it's gonna be like 75.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the rental income of 60,000 per year. So yeah, that wouldn't work, the number.
60,000 in rental income plus their 100,000 family income.
It's not gonna work.
Okay,
Like
so-
I just plugged in the numbers quickly, it's gonna be like 75% TDS.
okay.
So I heard about in the bank sites, some of the banks, they are offering more than 40%. Anyone go there? You guys get an exception like a branch level, certainly. Like
An exemption at branch level.
It's like 100%. That's what the CABC talk about me.
Yeah, but he was saying it's more like 75%. So that's a big exception, right?
Yep.
Like if it was closer to 40, I think, right? If I'm mistaken.
Yeah,
Tony.
if it's close to like 45, then yes, they can provide the exception, but when you're at 75, it's gonna be way too high.
Mhm. Too big an exception, yeah.
Sure, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
How about anybody online? Are you guys got some questions for Tony? Anybody else so far?
So I just want to talk about the, sorry?
I was just gonna say, any other ways you can help us, Tony? We're gonna use you as a resource. I'll pass your information on to the office
Yeah.
after, so anybody has
Well-
more questions.
Well,
You need a lot of massages.
well, we like for any deals that we can't do,
Yes,
whether it's TDS or if your client didn't file any taxes or if they have bad credit, we partner with like Home Trust, Equitable Bank, private lenders, so we can go through them and help your client for
Okay.
any deals that we can't qualify through, what we call the A channel, I guess.
Mhm.
Right, so we have the sources through Equitable Bank, Home Trust, and I have a partner that deals with them specifically. So we would refer the client to my partner, and then they would take it to the smaller banks.
Hi, Tony, what is the lowest score you can go for that?
lowest
The credit
score, lowest credit score
Yeah,
you can work with.
people have something, sometime everything, but exceptionally, they didn't pay the phone bills and things, That's what is.
Yeah, it depends. Like if your client had like one write-off or one R9 on the bureau, and the credit score could be low, like it has to be above 600, definitely. If it's below 600, you know, the internal scoring would not allow them to approve it. Okay,
Right.
so you know, maybe like I would say 630, 640, somewhere around there with one R9, because that one R9 is dropping the score. If
Right.
everything else is R1, then that's good enough. Normally they will give us the exception because of that one R9.
Okay.
You know, it may be like you said, a telephone bill that they forgot to pay or something, right? So that's okay.
Okay. Did you hear that, Harry? That's
You-
okay.
So R9 is must be like a bankrupt or something, no, mostly.
Not bankrupt, but like not paid for,
Long time.
yeah, a long time. Like he's saying like a one missed phone bill, but the rest is all R1
Yeah.
on the
One is
report. So that
6%.
one score is bringing it down to like 630.
So one is.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's saying over 600. Yeah.
Or even one credit card, you know, I've seen where one credit card went R9,
Yeah.
right? But they paid it, and that's reducing the score. And a lot of times they will give us exception to that too. If everything else is R1.
What happens? Some people go settlement.
What about settlements?
Yeah.
No?
No.
No.
That's almost like a bankrupt, right?
Yeah.
And then what
Settlement, no,
about
they will not do that.
for it's not a major bank, no? It's just going to second or private.
600 credit score, it would be like a second or a private, he's asking, right?
Yeah.
Basquin?
Yeah, most likely 600, because 600, you're probably looking at a lot of late payments, maybe one R9 or collection or something like that, but you would see like a pattern of consistent late payments, right?
Mhm.
You know, then that would be probably a private or a B lender.
So how much actually minimum enter the bank, major bank? 650?
What's the minimum to be in the bank? That's what they're asking now.
650?
You know what? Like I said, there, like I would say like 630, like 630 maybe with one R9, and then the rest is R1s. But if you see consistent, even if the client didn't have an R9, but there's consistent pattern of late payments on several trades, even if they score 630, then probably the bank will not do it.
Tony, I have a quick question. This is a scenario happened for one of my client in BMO. Okay, nowadays people are switching from, sometimes they have a shortfall of balance in their checking account, okay? Sometimes they have a mortgage $2,000, their checking account showing like a $1,600. They have a shortfall from, so they will e-transfer from other account like a TD Bank or CIBC to bring it after deposit in BMO. Okay, the same day, that $400 shortfall is going to be solved out, they will deposit like $1,000. So the bank is asking why he is going like that.
What do you mean? Just to make their mortgage payment?
Yeah, it's mortgage payment. It's 1,600 only there.
Yeah.
Supposed to be 2,000. So he is email transfer from other bank institute to on BMO banking, and then he put it like a $3,000 solve it now.
Yeah. But if they're making their mortgage payment, what does it matter what they're depositing, right?
As long as no innocent.
Yeah.
The same day they deposit about like that.
Yeah.
2,000 needed, they bring it like a 3,000.
So it's not going NSF?
Not going innocent. Still the banking banks are asking a question.
Oh, I don't know. Is
So
RBC
last
like
week it
that?
happened, one of my clients.
Why, I mean, bank's money need.
That's what I'm saying. People are always depositing money right before the mortgage is due. We are always depositing, making sure the money's there. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if RBC like
So what,
that.
the bank has a problem with your client making a deposit into the account?
Yeah.
With the payment?
At Scotia, he said his client was getting questioned why they're putting a say 1,500 in to make up the rest of the mortgage
They want to
payment.
see the other side picture.
The other side picture, but why? Everybody puts money in
So-
before.
Yeah, that I don't understand why the
And
bank.
it's not like a large lump sum. I don't see how it would be a problem. It's not like a large, like 1,500 bucks isn't a big lump sum, so. It's kind of crazy.
That I don't understand that. Why would they
I'm not
ask
sure.
that question? Yeah.
Sorry?
Scotiabank will flag like $6,000.
Really? Are they really that? I don't bank with Scotia, so I'm not sure.
Don't, like, I don't
Someone was
care
just saying
when I-
Scotia will flag $6,000 if you put it in for deposit, so. Yeah.
Wow.
That's not a lot of money, so,
Nothing.
yeah.
Because I think generally the bank will ask if you put like 10,000 and more as
Yeah.
cash. then they will say, they want to know where that source of fund came from. You have to fill out a declaration, right?
Yeah.
To say where it came from. But
Yeah.
6,000, yeah, I mean, it's unless, the client is making deposits 6,000 on a consistent basis, then they may want to know where that came from.
Yeah.
Or it's not the norm, right? Like they're all of a sudden depositing 6,000 every week or something like that, then they may want to know where that came from. But otherwise, like at one time, I don't understand why they would ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
So you guys take TransUnion, right? Basically,
Yes, we use TransUnion.
just the TransUnion, or like you guys
Just
also?
TransUnion, yeah.
My question, the best rate. How I just want to understand some insight of the algorithm that you guys use for calculating the best rate. Is it based on the amount they bring in for down payment and stuff like that, or what's the minimum score? Like, for example, some clients saying the scores varies, right, from like under 900, right? So somebody has like over 800 and somebody has like 750. What are the chances of negotiating the best rate in, like, what can you give us
Best rate, interest
Yeah.
rate?
Yeah, how the interest rate works, like, because
Well,
some people get bit, the variety of rates. Is it based on the score, or what any other factors that involve on that?
well, normally, like, for myself, right?
Yeah,
I quote the best rate that I'm allowed to. Okay, so even before I start the application, if you say, Tony, what is your best rate? I would quote the rate that I'm allowed to quote. Okay, just say, so for example, right now we're doing variable at prime -1, which is 1.45. That would be the rate I would quote clients if they just call me. Now, after I did the application, if for whatever reason the score is not 800, but it's only 680, I'm not going to go back to the client and say, no, I can't give you 1.45 because of your credit score, right? I mean, 680 still deserves our best rate, right?
okay.
As long as they qualify and they have a decent score, I'm still going to give 1.45, unless the credit score is way below 600. Then at that point I would say I can't even do it, right?
So it's a person who's doing the mortgage can decide the rate, then, kind of.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
it. Thanks. Makes sense.
But in such a competitive market right now, why would any mortgage specialist or any mortgage broker would quote a higher rate, not knowing what that client the details, right? Not
Yeah.
If you haven't done the credit check, you don't know what their income is. Why would you quote a higher rate? Because they're just going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, true. No, it's sometimes we negotiate with banks, so I just wanted to understand the process, because this is a type of information that our clients need to be like more transparent when it comes to
Yeah.
like, the best rate in the market. So it's also allow us to speak to the right people to ask the question, hey, can you give us a better rate so I can come to you instead of going to the CIBC, for example, right? Okay,
Yeah.
thanks, makes sense.
Yeah, because right now clients are rate sensitive, right? They'll go wherever that they can get the best rate. So that's why I quote what I can. And then if my rates are not good enough, then I would have to say, well, I can. The only other option is just go to head office, right? So say 1.45. That's the rate I can quote. If I need to match, then I have to go to head office, right?
We have a question here, Tony. Are you good?
Thank you.
Phone number, his phone number, no?
Oh, yeah, no. At the end of all this, I'll give you guys all his contact information for sure. I'll put it in an email today after we finish talking to Tony. Then you guys can all call and harass Tony, right?
Definitely. Yeah, and I want to say that if everyone's okay, I normally just keep a list on my email, and then if there's any rate changes or policy changes, I can email you the information, if that's okay.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely ask one of the other broker managers here, and if they're fine with that, I'll totally give you that
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
And one other thing I want to talk about is the investment. So investment property like condos, I know a lot of banks where it's under 500 square foot that they're not willing to do, or you have to buy like some kind of insurance, right? But at Royal Bank, we do those kind of properties. So even like 350 square foot a bachelor, we're willing to do that. So you don't have to buy any kind of insurance, or sometimes where I know other banks, they have for investments properties, they charge a premium. We don't do that also here. at the Royal Bank. So if you have any client that bought something under 500 square foot, you know, definitely Royal Bank will entertain those kind of properties.
Okay. Awesome. Did you have a question, Harry?
So what about the estate houses? The people nowadays from after Corona starting, people are moving from far from Toronto, like an hour and a half drive.
Mm-hmm.
They go and buy like a estate property, is like a 1.5 acre,
Mm-hmm.
paid like a 1,850,000, 4,000 square foot house.
Mm-hmm.
They're willing to put it around 600,000, 700,000 dollars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to criteria, what's the criteria to qualify, you know?
I think Harry has a client. This is similar to your other question, right?
Yeah,
So,
I
like,
have $1 billion.
Exactly. I guess his problem is what does he need for clients that he has to qualify who have bought 1.5, 1.8
I need a
and they
really like a flexible mortgage person. to
flexible
close it
mortgage.
all.
They have $600,000 down. It's so he was talking
I
about the
have
same
I have
client.
good credits and
who's
everything.
looking good
Nobody has
credit.
income on that to qualify.
The one I think it's similar to the one we were talking about.
Yeah,
Where it
the
was
one you just talked
75%.
about. See,
What
as
did
long
they
as
need to qualify? More income.
yeah, more income. I mean, because at 74% TDS, they're not even going to look at that application, right? It's not even worth sending it down.
Tell the truth. You need a commission, I need a commission end of the day. We have to go out. That's true, I tell you now. But,
He's bound by RBC though, so.
I understand. That's what I don't think. I know. He has to go and talk to the area manager and get it. Hey, I have a clients like that. I have this much volume. I can do that. Get exceptions. I'm sorry.
Tony would be a really busy man if he could just push everything through, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's right.
We all have those clients that we can't get approved, right? So,
Yeah.
I will bring the same community as well, my friend.
yeah.
What happens if you buy a land,
Yeah,
how much minimum down payment? I think it's hard to get the land mortgage.
yeah, it's difficult to get, he's talking about land. Any type of land mortgages, it has to be a total payout.
Yeah. I don't even think commercial would entertain just land alone
Mhm.
because that has to go through commercial.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I don't do a lot of that, so.
I did it with the private.
You did with the private?
40%, 50%, you can buy a little bit higher interest.
Okay, 40 to 50% on a private, okay, that's good, otherwise, I don't see the banks doing it. They want a property on, yeah.
40% they will minimum ask.
Yeah, they wanted something that generates income. So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly,
so
right?
land, I remember asking my commercial partners, I don't think they would consider that.
Not even for commercial, eh? Yeah,
No.
yeah. You have anything for a little off topic mortgage plus improvements? Do you do any of that kind of stuff, Tony?
Well, I know we have to go through CMC to do that.
Okay,
Yeah, purchase plus, but haven't done any of that.
okay, good to know.
Yeah,
Good to know.
haven't had any clients that, because normally we just, I don't remember, I don't remember recalling that,
That's what I was asking, like mortgage plus improvements. Yeah, exactly. So.
yeah. But I think, as I remember, there's a lot of detail, like you have to get blueprints and everything, send it to CMC, everything. So it's
Yeah.
not that easy to get the purchase plus.
No, they don't just give you,
Yeah,
and I know they give it in little bits too as you go along your project or whatever, right? As far as I
Yeah.
understand, so.
Yeah.
Very good.
and
Anything
definitely,
else?
if I can't get the answer to the questions, I can definitely call CMC or Genwood, for their answers, right?
For sure.
But that's something that I personally normally don't do,
Okay,
or haven't ran across, right? So
yeah.
I don't have all the details to that.
Mhm. All right. Anything else you'd like to share with us, Tony, or anybody got any more questions for Tony this morning? Everybody's good online there?
Yeah, I just want to say, any questions you have, I'm always available. Give me a call, give me an email, give me a text, right?
And bank, which intersection?
Which branch are you at, Tony?
Normally I'm at the Steels and Silver Star.
Steels and Silver Star.
Yeah.
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 So the Royal Bank is giving an incentive like a swap mortgages,
The Royal Bank's
Like-
giving incentive what? Sorry?
benefit like a cashback, like a $3,500. I heard about one. of
Are
the
they giving
clients-
cash back for
Only
more
for purchase, not for switches.
purchase?
Only the purchase they are giving.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard about one of my clients got it like a couple of weeks ago from Royal Bank.
For purchase, right?
For purchase, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, not for switches. Switches, if the client wants to switch, we can cover the costs if they
Okay.
choose a 4-year and higher term or the variable.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so normally there's like a registration fee that we will cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know. Good to know.
And one other thing, like, I don't know whether that apply to any of your agents' client, but I'm doing a lot where clients they own a home, right? And they
Mhm.
want to refinance and take some money out.
Mhm.
And if they don't qualify using their income, we use market rent to boost the application, to boost the income. That way we can make them qualify for the additional money that they need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
On the appraisal fees, some banks are allowing, they take over, some of them ask to pay us, my clients.
Appraisal fees normally paid by the client.
Yes, but we can always ask the manager to waive it. So to waive that is up to the manager. It's $300. $300.
Mhm.
They pay and then disappear now, so they approve and the deal done,
Yeah.
then they will pay us.
Mhm. He was just saying they're more likely to do it after approval, obviously, because if they pay it ahead and then.
Well, we
can't-
only take the fee after they close with us,
Yeah.
right? And then we can always ask the manager to reimburse that fee. So it's up to the manager, not me. Because it comes out of their bottom line at the branch, right? So
Right. Right.
that's
for
why
sure.
it has to be approved by the manager.
Mhm.
End of the day, we will get a happy client, that's it.
Yes. Hopefully we
That's
all
what
have
we want.
clients at the end of the day.
That's what we want, happy clients. Happy clients and happy agents, right?
Yeah.
We don't need manager, Christina and Tony, we don't need manager, so we need the money back, that's it.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know,
Money talks,
nowadays,
right?
The end of the day, the happy client, and they had to refer like at least one client,
Exactly. Exactly. That's
our
where we
expectation.
repeat and
Nowadays, another
referral.
agent go and tell something after.
Mhm.
How much he is giving reimbursement?
Exactly. Repeat and referral business is important to all our industries, right? So
That's right. We're in sales, right? That's what we live on.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mhm.
You look like a happy person.
He's a
but
very nice
I
person.
only one problem, we will call him maybe Saturday midnight.
They said they're gonna call you Saturday at midnight. Maybe they're gonna harass you now that they know you.
That's okay. I had clients or agents calling me, before like at midnight, whatever. Doesn't matter. As long as I'm awake.
So funny.
Yeah, fine. Never do that.
Very good. Very good.
Love to be harassed.
Yes. Well,
Right.
thank you so much,
Thank you.
Tony, again for
Yeah.
coming
Okay.
over
you.
to the
Thanks for
office.
having me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'll pass on your information to the office. So if anybody calls from Remax Ace, you can help them out there.
Okay.
Sure.
And I'll shoot this recording out to everybody, I usually just send it out to the office. So whoever didn't catch it can watch it back.
Okay.
So, there's 110 of us, I think, in this office now. So,
Okay.
out of the 22, I think we got up to at one point, they've got a lot more people that can watch this video back and call you as a resource.
Sure. Okay. Definitely. Okay.
Sure. And like I said, if you have any updates for us, I'll try and share that list with you so you can send it off to us.
Okay. Great. Yeah. Okay. Definitely. Okay.
And the same
All right.
time, please ask him and the people qualify for the 50,000 or 35,000 to, so we give the bank, so he knows find out if it's through the government is supporting fund or something.
Oh, okay.
Down payment.
Yeah, he said if you want to find out about a little more about the first time home buyers program, Bascaram would like to hear. But you know what? Maybe shoot him an email just to remind him, and then he can get back to you personally, kind of thing, when I give you the contact info. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. Definitely. Okay. All right.
All right.
Nice
Very nice
talking to
seeing
you.
you again, Tony, even if
Okay.
it's only over a computer.
Yeah,
Hopefully
thank you, Tony.
it'll be lifted and you can come to our office soon.
Definitely. Definitely. Okay.
Very good.
See you soon. Talk to you later.
Seeing everyone this morning.
Bye.
Tony,
Bye-bye.
Just give me a nice